Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Sorry for not posting for a while. I was just really sick with the flu. I'm still recovering, but I'm way better now, so I'll be back on the same schedule I was on, which was, a video a day. So, I actually posted this same topic, but I posted it vertically because I recorded it on my phone, vertically. So it didn't come out well, so I'm just re-recording this now, and I'm just gonna go over the same topics of why you need to remove distractions in your life and how to identify distractions. So first off, distractions can be anything. It could be a person, it could be something on your phone, it could be literally anything in your life. And it literally affects your whole life, how your life, your life trajectory. It affects everything. So, for me at least, my distraction was people and social media. So, what I mean by that is that social media, like many things, is extremely addictive. So, when I became addicted to social media, I found myself not really focusing on school or not focusing on stuff that's actually important. I'd be focusing on, when's the next person gonna reply to my story, or when's the next person gonna like my post, stuff like that. And what that does to you is that it really fucks you up mentally, and also just jeopardizes everything you're trying to do. Because when you keep on thinking of what other people think about you or what other people are gonna do to interact with you, you just have this preconceived notion of, I am nothing unless someone tells me that I am something. So when you get validation from, let's just say someone on Instagram, someone likes your story, you get validation, you're just oh shit, they agree with me, right? So when that happens, when you keep on doing that, you brainwash yourself basically that you're not worthy of anything unless someone else tells you you're worthy of it. So you can never get past the point of self-assuring yourself, and then when you can't self-assure yourself, that's when you get depression. And that's why so many people have depression nowadays, is because they're so reliant on social media that if they don't get the assurance from other people in their life from social media, they start thinking that they're not worth anything and that they have intrinsically no value to this world. And so when you have no value, when you feel when your brain tells you you have no value, you feel like you have no purpose in life. So then when you have no purpose, you have nothing to do, so you get depressed. And so that's what happens when you get too distracted on one thing and you get too fixated on one thing. So now, how do you identify these distractions? And how I identify them is when you literally cannot go a day without checking something or checking in on whatever it is you're distracted upon. So when I was distracted with social media, I would not go a single day without waking up, looking at my phone, going to social media, and then scrolling for a few minutes before I had to go and get ready for school, and then scroll again, and then scroll the whole day. It's literally, you can identify it just by your actions, your own actions. So especially with people, so how to identify someone that's distracting you is when they're constantly not giving you any value to your life, especially when they just they're just there talking about the most useless shit ever, fucking video games or whatever. They're constantly just talking about oh, here's what I did today, and they don't ever ask you what you did. They're just constantly telling you what they did every single day. And so a person like that has no value to your life, and so they're a distraction, and you need to get rid of that distraction. So when a person is a distraction in your life, what it does is that it makes you feel like you're tied to that person emotionally, so you can't get out of that relationship or that friendship, and you basically become the person that you don't want to be. So imagine you're with a person who is constantly like playing video games all day, and they're always talking about themselves, and then they're always asking you like, you should play video games with me, like, and if you haven't played video games, you'll just say, okay, let me just play one video game, and then they will keep on asking you to play video games, and then you'll become the exact person that they are, which dumbs down your value, and then you have nothing to like gain for it. So you're basically there just being their little puppet, listening to whatever they say, and you're not really like progressing in your life. And so that's what happens when a person becomes a distraction in your life. They literally like suck the value out of yours. And it's not like, I'm not trying to say like those people who are distractions in your life, like people who play video games, I'm not trying to say like they're the devil or anything. They're doing it unconsciously. They don't really know what they're doing. They think they're just being a friend. But you need to identify these yourself, and you need to get rid of these distractions, especially social media. I think that's a really good place to start to get rid of a distraction. Just getting rid of social media in general. Like, if you go back to my other video, you'll see me talking about why you need to delete social media. And I feel like you need to delete social media because it just gives you so much more time to do whatever you want to do without like the burdens of, oh, when's the next person gonna text me, or when's the next person gonna reply to my story or something. You're not tied down to that. It's like an anchor. A distraction is an anchor. So I'd suggest starting off with social media as the very first thing that you cut out in your life, because I already know like probably 99%, maybe even 100% of you are probably using social media like every single day, regularly. So I think that social media is a really good place to start. Now, if you don't use social media as much, and you notice that there are some people that you don't really like talking to, like, you need to be honest with yourself when you're identifying a distraction. You need to be completely honest with yourself and just sit down and think to yourself, who do I really not enjoy talking to, or who do I really think is kind of a jerk and I'm just talking to them because I don't want to like hurt their feelings or whatever. You need to sit down and ask yourself that question. And until you do that and be true, like 100% truthful to yourself, you're not going to find the distractions, and you're just going to go in this endless loop of not making progress in your life and just ultimately becoming a low value person. So you need to do that. And so I feel like social media is a really good place to start. And if you don't have social media, start with whoever is just making you feel bad every day when you talk to them. Like, think of someone that maybe like tries not to look at your achievements as much, but always like points out your wrongdoings or like your mistakes. Look for those type of people, and those type of people are usually the distractions in your life. So yeah, it's a little bit of a shorter video than the other one that I recorded, because that one was vertical. But if you're truly listening to this right now, you need to get this in your head, that distractions will only make you lose in the long run. They're not going to make you gain anything in the long run. And you always go for the long run. It's not short run. Gratification is the killer of all progress. And if you keep on chasing something that's very short-lived and that's only in the moment, you're going to find yourself not progressing at all in life. and you're gonna find yourself 10 years down in the line when you're in like a 9-to-5 job, working a job that you hate at a desk, and you're gonna ask yourself, how did I get here? And it's always because you've been always prioritizing other people's happiness, thinking that it's gonna give you happiness, even though it isn't. And I think a lot of you guys are really smart enough to really sit down with yourself and be honest with yourself of who's giving you value in your life and who's not. And the same thing with a material possession. I guess social media is not material, but just something that is not a person that's really slowing you down in your progress and in your endeavors. So, yeah. Thanks for listening, whoever's listening right now. And I'm going to go to the gym right now. It's really fucking cold. That's why I have this jacket on. But, yeah, have a good day. I'm going to be back on the same schedule, a video a day, every single day, trying to build this community right now. So, thank you for the support, and I'll see you tomorrow.